is just chilling behind the truck. What?
I suck. I suck so bad. What's going on, guys? My name is Jack, and this is the Appalachian Farm Hand Channel. I'm here today on my family's 100-acre property tucked deep in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. If this is your first time here joining me, I appreciate it. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to. If not, I don't actually care. But I do urge you to go back and watch the first video that I made and the video that I made right before this, just so you get an understanding of what I'm actually doing standing here at this moment. If this isn't your first time here, I appreciate you coming back. I don't know what it is that's making you come back and watch me mess around in this project, but I do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro. I am going to film it again just because I'm trying to get better at running the DJI. I have been practicing, but I want to continue to get better clips of everything that's going on. So after that, I will meet you right back here in the apple orchard. All right, guys, we're back. As I said before, we're up in the apple orchard. Hopefully you enjoyed that intro. I spent some good time filming with the DJI Mini 2 and getting the drone way up in the air and trying to get some good shots of the property. Hopefully that comes together nicely and we can have a good intro. I'm just going to keep working on all that so that, you know, we don't have what we had before. Guys, I have filmed this section probably 9 times now. While I was filming with the drone, I pulled the chips out of the trail cameras, and I mean, it's just got so much adrenaline running through my body right now. While I'm talking, I'm going to try to throw some of these clips that I pulled off of here onto the into the film, so you can see what I'm talking about. But there are bucks all over the place. When I came in here, I looked at the feeder, and I was like, God, nothing came through here, but it was them pawing at the ground. You know, trying to pull more corn out of the box itself. It was really cool to be able to watch them in real time while I was clicking through. I've got the camera set to take images about 15 seconds apart, and so it was like being able to watch stop motion picture of the bucks and the deer moving through here. But upon approaching it, it didn't look like anything had touched it. It really didn't at all. But then I noticed there was a bunch of blood on the ground, and I was like, is there somebody trespassing? And then I was like, oh crap, are my cameras here? Well, trail cameras were here, so that didn't really, you know, I wasn't too alarmed after that. But there was, where did the blood come from, right? And so I'm flipping through the camera, and then all of a sudden there's a flash across the camera, and then there was just a hawk sitting on the ground. And so there was a squirrel in the corn pile, and a hawk had just come and obliterated it, just left blood and guts all over the place. So I'll try to get you some clips of, you know, the blood and stuff on the ground, whatever. But all right, that's that. Cool. All right, hopefully that's enough time for me to be able to put images of the bucks and everything moving through here. What are we doing today, though? So as I said before, you know, we're in the apple orchard clearly because I'm still standing here. But I've got a couple different things. So I went to there's a farm store probably 30 minutes up the road. That's probably an exaggeration. It's probably like 15, 20 minutes up the road. I guess, you know, that's the same thing, whatever. Got 200 pounds of feed. They got some cheap corn up there. But I went and got some Khmer Deer Pure Gold, some deer cane mix. It's a mineral mix to put in the ground. I even got a clover patch of ryegrass, rapeseed, and clover. And then I got a deer block because I figured we might as well just throw the entire kitchen sink at them this season because I haven't gotten the opportunity to do any of this. So we're putting everything. We're going all out. So I got everything up here, and it's just going to be me applying all this stuff. After talking with my grandfather about some stuff, he told me to go grab some Khmer Deer just because during the season, well, one, I want them to start smelling the corn. I want them to start pulling out of here to come to the corn. But two, You can use it to jam deer's noses during the season. You spray it and it'll cover your scent with the vanilla, and I don't know what all is inside of that thing, but instead of them smelling you, they'll be like, oh, food, so they'll come look for you. Because you can't bait in Virginia, and I don't think that's technically baiting. So, but it's on film now, so if it is, I guess I'm kind of screwed. But basically today, I know it's not the traditional me running, the chainsaw and the brush cutter, but I'm going to be running all of this stuff through here. So if you want to follow along with everything that I'm doing, please continue watching, and we'll try to get all this stuff done. All right, so as I said before, I went and got some stuff to put out, and that's pretty much what the project today is going to be. But here's the Khmer deer. I've had it recommended to me by 2 or 3 people at this point. I got this right here. It's just a ryegrass, clover, and rapeseed mix. It's supposed to rain Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday up here. So I figured that if I put it out now, I got to go back home. But if I put it out now, then that should be a sufficient amount of rain to get this growing. If not, this stuff was on sale, and hopefully it wasn't on sale because it sucks. But either way, it was only like $7. And so I got this at Tractor Supply. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and throw some along the edge of this whole run here, and hopefully we can get some of this to come up. And then next, we got deer cane, which is a mineral mix. I've got a section out here picked out that's a little bit further down, or I guess up the apple orchard, and I'm going to be putting this out. And then also the rain. My bucket that I have literally has 6 holes in the bottom of it, so there's no way I'm going to be able to haul water from the pond up here with it without just dumping it all over the place and not having any by the time I get here. So I'm just going to put this out, and hopefully that rain will get it to get into the actual soil itself. And then this deer block is just, I believe it's a molasses and corn deer block. Right, should be. Whatever. That's it. Then I got 100 pounds of corn. So that's pretty much it. So if you want to stick around while I'm doing all this stuff, please do. If not, see ya. All right, so I filmed a pretty good chunk of this, and then I realized that ran out of storage. So I'm going to go back and just pretty much just run through what I've done so far. All I've done is I've unpackaged the deer block and got it on the ground. It's basically a molasses and corn mix, and it draws deer in and gives them another source of feed, such as the corn that's in the feeder back there. Pretty much just walked in there, and the guy suggested that I get it. He lives locally. He suggested it, said if you're not going to charge me my arm for it, then that I'll buy it. And he said that if they don't eat it, that I should bring it back and he'd eat it. So I was like, that's as much as I need. So I went ahead and got it and brought it out here, and hopefully we can get some images off of it. But that's pretty much it for the deer block. Let's keep rolling. All right, so I've had a couple people suggest that I go out and purchase Khmer deer. I don't know if you guys have actually seen this before, but it's spelled Khmer deer, C-M-E-R-E. I got this from Bass Pro Shops on the way back from Richmond. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the corn and around the area. Basically, it's just going to ring a dinner bell for the deer. They'll be able to smell the vanilla and the other scents that are in this. And then hopefully come around, deer season, I'll be able to put it on myself, and instead of being like, hey, there's some giant idiot up in a tree trying to kill you, it'll be like, hey, I got some corn for you to eat. So stick around, and I will just get to applying this and refill the feeder. All right, y'all. So I just got done refilling the deer feeder and putting out that Khmer deer, and then the block, the deer block, is on the ground probably 30 yards off back behind the camera, and the deer feeder 35, 40 yards back in that direction as well. I'm up here to apply this deer cane, which is a mineral lick in a bag. I've never seen mineral lick in a bag. Maybe I just haven't been around it enough. I've only seen it in a block, but this is where I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. In doing some research, I wanted to find out more about this stuff and see the reviews that were on it. I didn't see any negative reviews. Even though the only reason that I bought this was because it was on sale and I had a gift card. But I picked out this spot because it said to pick out a pretty bare spot, and then also it was recommended that you can cover it up with some leaves so the deer find it with their nose instead of their eyes. Two, it's also in front of my camera, and I really like the camera setup that I have right now. Hopefully you guys are able to see some of the images that I'm pulling off of them from earlier. I'm just hearing noises, get paranoid when I hear by myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this and get this on the ground, and hopefully we can get some deer running up to this to, I guess, scratch, dig, swallow, all that crap. So let's go ahead and get this done. All right, so it says that this is big enough for 2 sites, which means that it should be plenty big for 1 site, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and put all of this down. It is pretty powdery. I see why they say to use water. I do have a water jug in there. I might go ahead and just throw that on the ground as well. All right, so for those of you who are so unfortunate as to know me personally, this will come as no surprise to you. But for those of you who don't, I fly by the seat of my pants in everything that I do. And so I went out and bought some clover, rapeseed, and rye. It's a no-till variety, so I'm going to go ahead and just hand spread this up here. It's suggested to be done mid-August, but I'm going to be in camp during that time, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do it now. Get it on the ground, see if this rain that's coming on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday can get on it and get it growing. If not, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Just be a failed attempt like everything else that I do. So let's go ahead and get this on the ground. I'll try to get some clips of me doing this, and we'll just roll from there. All right, y'all. So I got all that seed spread. Like I said before, if it takes, it takes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if I came back onto the property and birds had eaten all the seed that I just spread. It really wouldn't. I mean, it might a little bit, but I know this wasn't a traditional video that I do where I come onto the property and get some work done and then show before and afters, all that stuff. But I had things that I need to get done for the upcoming deer season. And I knew with August approaching that I was going to be in camp and not be able to get it done. So I wanted to get it all knocked out in one video and get it thrown together to present to you guys through this channel. And so that does it for all the work that I have today. I got to get home and get Kellyanne and drive back to my house because it is my grandmother's 80th birthday this weekend. And so I'm done. All right, so the only reason that I'm still on the property right now is because I was sitting in my truck in the AC, pulling the clips off of the DJI Mini 2 and putting them on my computer before I turned on my trail cameras and got out of here. And when I looked up into my rearview mirror and happened to see an 8-point buck just back over here walking around, I guess come here deer really does work. I was kind of skeptical, even though the people that that advised me to get it are pretty they're pretty well known for killing big deer. I didn't really expect it to work that well, but you know, proof's in the pudding. So I just want to get a clip of that and come back out here and show you guys what I was talking about. I'm not sure where I'll throw this clip in or where I'll throw that other clip in, but that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So all right, I'm done. I'm gonna leave. So that's it from me here at the Appalachian Farm Hand Channel. If you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can come back and keep joining us for videos and following along in this project that I'm doing. Please come back and join me again sometime.